So I want to talk about how KAP gave me purpose. Before KAP, I had a lot of desires. I was studying, I was working, I had a relationship, and I used all those things in dimensions of life to become happy, to become myself. But what I noticed was that every time that something failed and it didn't work out as I hoped it to be, I became depressed. And I tried to look for a new strategy, a new way to get what I wanted, to get where I wanted. But it never worked out. And my last hope was relationship. So after all the other stuff didn't work, my career didn't work, my desire to better myself, to make myself the best that I can be, it didn't work out. Like everything was failing. Then I had a relationship, and it was a beautiful relationship filled with love, and I had experienced an awakening, and I was driven by this energy, the kundalini energy, to have a very intense, almost like karmic relationship where a lot of stuff came up, a lot of stuff was healed, and we learned a lot, and we spent a lot of time together, almost 2-3 years. But I thought I really had to believe this will make me happy. This is what I live for. Through her, I'm gonna become who I really am. I'm gonna become a husband, gonna become a father. She's gonna motivate me to work, to do certain things, like, because I was getting so much joy from that intimacy, from being together with a partner, from having adventures, from being in love. And all of a sudden, that started to fall apart because I was not meeting the expectations. I was not good enough. However I was doing, it was never good enough. And what really struck me was I had given so much of myself, and there were still moments where my partner could just act as if there was no history. Like, because I didn't do one thing, it was like, because you didn't do this one thing, we're done, we're over. I don't want you anymore. You're not a good man for me. Like that kind of thing. And I felt so worthless all those times. And I realized like I'm suffering because I believe I need this person to be happy. So then also that fell away. And like I fell gradually into this deep depression where everything became hopeless. Like I didn't know what to do. I did not know what to do. And I stayed in that hopelessness for a while, and I was just surviving. I was trying to survive each day, and I was trying to, while it lasted, give myself an experience of like, okay, it's not good, but at least I'm gonna try to enjoy. So, I tried to get enjoyment from food, from watching TV, from meeting girls, from whatever, just to keep myself busy, to keep myself entertained, because I had no energy or desire anymore to do anything and to seek anything. I just wanted to keep myself satisfied. So then when I got into KAP, all of a sudden I saw how everything started to shift. And firstly, all my blockages and all my hopelessness, it started to fall away. In one of the first sessions, what occurred was I came into this complete open awareness, and there was a voice that said, your life is done now. You can let Igor die. He has done everything he could in his life. He's not needed anymore. That personality is over. And a voice said, your time of satisfying your desires, of trying to fulfill your desires, is over. That phase of your life is over. Now, it's a phase of being of service. And I thought, how can I be of service? And the voice said, you have to let yourself die. And so I was like, how do I do that? And he's like, let go. And so I felt, it's like my will, my intent to be, it was fading away, and I felt like numbing in my hands and in myself, and I felt like I was disappearing. But I still felt that there was experience, right? But I just felt my will disappearing. It's okay to die. And then it's like it was gone. And then like a new energy flew into me, not flew into me, but streamed into me. And I felt like this upsurge, this desire to wow, to marvel, because all of a sudden my hands were filled with white light. I had like these angelic wings, like white wings. And I realized like what I really want in my heart is to be of service to people, to give value to people, to take care of people, to connect. I want to connect, and I want to give love. And so as the sessions continued, I would have different kind of visions. One of the visions was I would see the world, but I would see it in another dimension. I would see how the world was like teared up. It was almost like half hell. And I would see how humans were being, well, bullied, or like there were like these dark entities draining energy from humans through an energy cord, and they were attached to them, and they were like draining their life energy. And then I would see light beings who were creating a light field, and the humans that were around them, they would be protected from that. And then I had another vision where I asked, like I was in this open spaciousness, and I just like the question came, God, what is your will? And then I saw the world, the human world, and I saw a human being light up with light, and another human being light up with light, and another human being light up with light. And I saw all these human beings light up with light. And the moment that happened, like this whole world became filled with humans of light. A voice said, this is my will. And it started to dawn on me that like it's not about me. I only have a role to play in this life, but it's not about my desire. It's not about what I want. There's already inherent in my soul, in my core, a blueprint, right, from my life, for what it wants, for what it came for what it wants to live through, to express, right? It's already all there, but it's been, all my years, it's been covered up by my experiences, by my conditioning, by my traumas, right? And because of that, I thought that what was on the foreground was what was important. And now I realize what's important is what's on the background, who I really am. And they go together, of course. You cannot say this is more important or that is more, they go together, but like you have to be aware of the background so that the foreground can come in a healthy way. Otherwise, it can just be unhealthy material remixing itself. I like how Sadhguru talks about how most of our lives we're just repeating the garbage that's in our minds already. We're just remixing whatever we've gathered, and we're just doing different iterations of the remix. Right? There's very rarely new experiences or new things or new innovations in our lives. We're just repeating. Not all of us, of course. So as the sessions progressed, I would get more and more of these visions. I would have like a vision where I would be in the church that I would go to, and I would see an angelic being, and I would ask like, what do I need to do? What do I need to be? Like I saw this angelic being, and I hugged him, and I felt like just take me with you. Just absorb me, take me with you. And he was like, you still have a role to play here. He's like, it's okay, just don't have to do anything, you just have to be. Just have to be. And I was like, what do I have to be? And then like this angelic being, he took me into the air, and I saw how a light was shining. He's like, you have to be a light in the world. And I didn't understand what that meant, but as the sessions progressed, I would have like visions of the things that I needed to learn to use my natural given abilities to serve. So that would be like working with energy. I saw myself working with Reiki. I saw myself working with psychosomatic techniques, hypnosis. I saw myself working with body work, energy work, kundalini, all those different kind of things. with food. And so the more sessions that I did, the more that there was a plan laid out in front of me. And sometimes it was very clear, like I saw a point in the future, and then I saw a backtrack, going back and seeing what I needed to go through. I had like visions where I saw that I needed to merge in the future with a feminine counterpart, and we would create something together. There was like a retreat or a wellness center where people could come and heal, and it was in a different country. I saw that. I saw a vision of myself where I was not there anymore. I was not there present as I, Igor, but I was there just as pure. There was just pure consciousness being, working or expressing itself through that person. So I saw that. I saw like different possibilities of what my future could be, but my purpose was, it was all like related to my purpose. And what I really loved about it was that the more that I started to follow up on these things that were being shown in my visions, my mind would resist. It would be like, why should I do this? This costs money. Like this is, I've never done this. Why? Like, but the moment that I started to do it, in my heart, I knew this is what I want to do. I love this. I like this. Like, and my mind immediately understood, right? There was a prejudice against certain things, right? But inside, in my core, I knew this is what I'm meant to do. It doesn't feel like work. I love doing this. It feels so natural to me. I'm just being myself, and by being myself, I'm giving value to people. Not by doing, not by trying to help them. Because when you try to help people, you must understand this. When you as a person, you see somebody and you want to help that person, what you do is you rob them of their karmic merit. So if they have certain karma, right? If you try to take it, let's say help them, you take that karma upon yourself, right? Firstly. And secondly, you deprive them of the experience of having to bottom out, to fall deep enough to have the realization and the lesson that they need to learn. So you're extending it, right? You're extending their period of suffering. So the best thing to do is you have to be responsible for yourself and be what you are, but not project your need to help onto others, right? If people really want help and they need it, they will come and get it. Like, this is very controversial topic because there are exceptions, right? I'm not gonna discuss it because I'm still young. I don't have that much experience, but I do know that I've talked with a lot of older people and people that are experienced and that are psychologists, psychotherapists that are in this work, and they all, well, most of them say it. It's not about trying to help people. It's not about trying to do something for people. It's about being yourself and doing your thing, creating what you want. And if people want to profit from it, fine. If they don't, fine, right? But it has nothing to do with you. It's like you're playing a tune, and people come near you, and they enjoy your tune, then they go away, right? So it's a tremendous change. If I look back a year and a half ago, hopeless case with a lot of mixed energy that was trapped, that was not flowing. Thoughts were not flowing. There was no creativity, no hope, no desire to give energy, to live, to express. And now it's like I have my path. I feel like I'm guided, I'm supported, and I just have to take one step after the other, one step after the other. And I feel happy doing it. I feel almost like I'm in a magical world because I'm just walking my path, playing my part, and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm learning about myself, and everything is so different than how it was before, because now it's all authentically coming from me. right? I'm not doing trainings to seek myself in there. I'm not going to go to a facilitated training or to some kind of intensive to seek myself, to become somebody. No, I go there to learn skills with the talents and the gifts that I already have, and to go away with tools that I can then use when I work with people. But it's not like I'm not seeking myself in it, whereas before I was seeking my life, myself in it. I was seeking me in the relationship. I was seeking myself in the ambitious goals. I was trying to become happy through that. So yeah, KAP gave me purpose. KAP opened my energy, removed all the debris that was still in there, and then as I did more and more sessions, things just started to emerge. This is what is interesting for me. This is what I need to do. And yeah, it's all about letting go. Like the moment you got rid of most of the debris, you can truly just allow the energy to flow, and you just have to let go. And you notice there's so many synchronicities. You meet the right people at the right time. You help them, they help you. There's an exchange, an inter-exchange. So it's like, it's mutual, right? It's so funny. I would have never thought my first KAP session that I would be a completely different human being, completely transformed a year later, right? Or half a year later. I mean, my whole entire perception of who I am, what I want to do, it's all releasing. It's like now I just have the awareness that I'm alive. I feel happy, I feel good. And there are just things that are being revealed to me. This is what is now being revealed. And I'm like, wow, now I get to experience this. And then this is what is revealed to me. Wow, and now I get to experience this. This is what is revealed to me. Wow, and now I get to experience this. So it's constantly, I get to experience this and this and this and this and this and this and this. I get to. I don't have to, right? I get to. I'm just following the flow of life. There's a great book about this that's called The Surrender Experiment by David A. Singer. It's a very inspirational story about surrendering your will and allowing life to flow and just going with the flow of life. Yeah, I'm really grateful for the tune-up that I got through KAP, because now everything that was dormant in me, authentic in me, is emerging, and I'm just remembering what has always been my real desire, what has always been my true intention, which is right now every morning when I get up, first thing that I think is, all glory be to you, God, that I may be of infinite service. Amen. And I really mean it, because I just want the universe to use me. For me, that's like the highest thing that I can think of. Like, be a conduit, a vessel for expression of love or for expression of consciousness. That love or consciousness can flow through me as a vessel and do the things that need to be done. Like in my perception, that's like the highest thing that I can imagine, that I can aspire to, because all the other positions are limited, in the sense that they're only limited to what I perceive or believe about what it means to be that person, or to be in that position, right? I don't know what it really is. I don't know what it's really all about. But consciousness has its own structure, has its own ways. God, consciousness, universe, it's all intelligence. And it's intelligence beyond our mind. And all we have to do is to trust it and to be willing to just realize that it's all in us. It's all here. It's not out there. So KAP, thank you for giving my life purpose and meaning.